What if I told you that Treyarch released one of their best maps that they ever created and it just went under the rug within the last 5 years? You would call me a fool and an idiot, and I don't blame you. The last 5 years would lead us all the way back to 2018. The only game released from Treyarch since then has been Black Ops 4, Cold War, and Vanguard. And Vanguard was a train wreck, so that only leaves two viable options. And neither had top tier maps, right? But what if I told you this map I'm talking about wasn't Black Ops 4, one of the most controversial zombies games that Treyarch ever released? Again, you would call me a fool, but hear me out. This map is not 9, it is part of the Chaos story, and is called Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil was the last Chaos map we got, and it's unlikely we see this story or this crew ever again. If this map is so good, then why was it brushed under the rug and forgotten about? It's in Black Ops 4, and we know how that was received. A lot of the zombies community didn't enjoy Chaos, and weren't willing to give it the time of day. A lot of the community had already dipped, but this map took full advantage of the BO4 systems and knocked it out of the park. In this video, we are going to determine why it was forgotten and why this map is what I consider Treyarch's hidden gem. What makes this map so special? What makes Ancient Evil special? This is a Chaos map. I am aware that the Chaos story isn't really that popular, but that is part of why this map is so special. This wasn't Ether. A lot of people were turned off by Chaos because it wasn't Ether and it just wasn't interlinked whatsoever. The characters in this map were absolutely at their peak in this map. The map's setting and atmosphere sets it apart from all other maps in the last few years. The skybox is stunning and is one of the best skyboxes that we've ever had in zombies. Every area in this map feels natural and feels important. My biggest gripe with a lot of the zombie maps is that you never go back to the spawn area. But in Ancient Evil, the spawn area is used for high rounds, trials, and even an Easter egg step. And you can even find the dormant hands for the wonder weapons. Speaking of wonder weapons, let's jump into the wonder weapons. Wonder weapons are very important in maps, especially in these zombie maps recently. And these wonder weapons just knocked it out of the park. They've been a staple from the very start since Nocturne and Totem, and they're just as good in this. Today, right now, I will be talking about the wonder weapons, plural, the gauntlets. Each gauntlet is unique and are not a rehash of previous wonder weapons. Each gauntlet can be optimized with different strategies such as training, running around the map, or even camping. The gauntlets, or god hands as they are often called, because they are based after gods. The hand of Gaia is based off the Greek goddess of Earth. The hand is best used when training and is the easiest gauntlet to upgrade. The hand of Charon is based off Charon, who is the ferryman of the Greek underworld and carries the souls of those who have been given funeral rites across the rivers of Acheron and Styx, separate the world of living and dead. This hand is the hardest to upgrade, but is the most powerful gauntlet and is best used for camping since the effects take a second to activate. The Hand of Hemera is based off the Day Goddess and is simple to upgrade and can be used best while training. The Hand of Aranos is based off the Sky God. It is not difficult, but also not easy to upgrade. The hand is best used running around the map or just training. Each gauntlet is unique in its design and the way they function. Did I mention that when you upgrade each hand, you can test it without wasting any ammo to see if you like it or not? You can store each gauntlet where you upgraded it if you don't want to use it. Each gauntlet is also used for the Easter egg and has a unique step. It isn't a waste of time. The gauntlets all serve a purpose in each step of the Easter egg that they are used for. Now we're on to the Easter egg. This Easter egg quest is one of the more simpler ones in Black Ops 4. It is difficult, but it's not overwhelmingly difficult. Some steps are easy, some are difficult. It's a really nice mixture, in my opinion. The Easter egg does force you to use each gauntlet, but again, each gauntlet serves a purpose. Most of the difficult steps are timing based, such as throwing the spear at the cogs and pressing the right key at the right time when the blue symbol is under the sparks. Those steps prove to be difficult in plenty of my playthroughs, but it is satisfying when you complete them, especially on the first try. Each area in the map serves a purpose in this Easter egg, which is actually really nice and refreshing compared to other maps where only certain areas are used for the Easter egg. In this map, most, if not all, of the areas are used in the Easter egg. There isn't any wasted space. This egg is a decently long one, as most Black Ops 4 Easter eggs are, but it includes one of my favorite Easter egg steps of all time. I adore the amphitheater step, where you are essentially putting on a performance using any of the gauntlets. It's the shoot your marks step, and it is just fun. It's not complex, it's not difficult, it's just fun. You step on the color of the gauntlet that you have, and you kill zombies in each spot before going back to the original position. It's simple, but I love the step, and it's one of my favorite steps in all of zombies. It is very satisfying to do, and it is a really unique sight. And before you get into the boss fight, if you are playing as Shaw or Bruno, you get a mid game cutscene for only those playing as those characters. It is a shocking cutscene and is unique as a whole to have such an impactful scene like that right before the boss fight. The only flaw in my eyes with this map is the boss fight. The setting is really cool and unique. Fighting the now turned Pegasus and Perseus isn't a bad boss fight. It isn't too difficult, but it's not a walk in the park. My problem with this boss fight isn't really the boss, more how you fight them. You are unable to do any sort of damage with your weapon, and you have to rely on your gauntlet and specialist. It makes the boss fight longer than it should be, and a bit boring at times because you just have to wait for your specialist to recharge. If you are able to do damage with your other weapon, I feel like this boss fight would have me hooked. A boss fight set in Mount Olympus is such a unique concept, especially a Mount Olympus that has already been destroyed and conquered. The Easter egg as a whole isn't simple, but isn't overwhelmingly difficult. We were just talking about the Easter egg, so it's only fitting to jump into the story of Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is set in ancient Greece and the city of Delphi. Our crew, Scarlett, Bruno, Shaw, and Diego, are still on the search for Scarlett's father, and their search led them to ancient Greece. They meet the Oracle, very quickly, who has been trapped in the Temple of Apollo. The Oracle has been trapped for centuries. The crew make the decision to help free the Oracle from his shackles in the hope that the Oracle will help release Scarlett's father from whatever prison he is in. The crew is able to defeat Perseus and obtain the key to release the Oracle from their shackles. When the Oracle is released from their shackles, they reveal a hidden passageway. Scarlett sends the others to go find her father in the hidden passageway, while Scarlett tries to see if the Oracle is okay or not after being restrained for centuries. When Diego uncovers what was left of her father, he rushes to the top to attempt to save Scarlett, but it's too late. The Oracle was revealed as Medusa and had Scarlett under a trance of some sort to gain all the knowledge she could from Scarlett. Diego ended up hiding himself and Scarlett, who was thrown on the floor and passed out. Medusa's quest for taking over the world was now much, much easier after being freed. Shaw and Diego were turned against Diego and Scarlett. They belong to the Order, which seems to be led by Medusa now. So now it seems that Diego and Scarlett were the only two left to stop her. That is where the story ends, on a cliffhanger, since it never got a follow up map. Chaos had a very slow start, but just as it was picking up and getting really good, it was left on a cliffhanger. Who knows what happened after that? Layout is such an important feature in a zombies map, and Ancient Evil's layout is a good one. It can be a lot of running, but teleporters help tremendously by going back and forth between the underworld and the main part of the map. Each part of the map feels unique and useful, even the spawn room. The spawn room is used for an Easter egg step, trials, and even a high round strat is in the spawn room. Each perk is placed in a good spot, and the area within it is designed very nicely and is satisfying to look at. Getting to the underworld is thrilling and unique. You ride a Pegasus. You heard me. You ride a Pegasus to get to the underworld, and it is pleasing to look at when riding the Pegasus to the underworld. It is very similar to Gorod Krovery in that fashion, and when you go to the underworld, you have Pack a Punch just like in Gorod Krovi. And speaking of Pack a Punch, this may be my favorite Pack a Punch, period. It's unique and it fits the map so much. Mob has the best Pack a Punch location of all time, but this Pack a Punch and the location, everything around it, is easily top 5 for me. Getting Pack a Punch is also super simple and easy, which I really appreciate. Getting the Sentinel artifact is also very easy, which is a big plus. Each area with each gauntlet feels like it was specifically designed to be around that gauntlet, and I love it. It fits perfectly. Ancient Evil's gameplay is great. It has something for everyone. The starting area throws you into action immediately, with all the zombies already spawned in for round 1. There is a lot of gameplay while doing this Easter egg. And if you aren't much of an Easter egg person and just want to chill with a wonder weapon, you can do that pretty easily. All of the wonder weapons are easy to get and they are powerful without even upgrading them. And upgrading them is simple and easy. It's not an elaborate quest like the Derision bows or Origin staffs. It's 2 steps and they're simple and casual friendly. There are plenty of training areas to run around in. This map is spaced out pretty well, so any strategy can work. You can camp, you can train, or you can just run around the map and kill zombies. And if you're a player that takes lots of hits, you can get the shield. And this shield is one of the best shields we've ever had. It is on par with the Gorod Krovi shield. The shield parts are incredibly easy to spot. They can probably just get the shield just by playing the map and roaming around. The trials don't add too much to the map since they are optional, but you can do some trials and get yourself set up pretty quickly, which does help in the earlier rounds. The map is just a blast to roam in, to kill zombies, and to look at. I don't know about you, but when I play a zombies map, I like to roam around, explore, and admire my surroundings, and there is just so much to admire in this map. Final thoughts. Ancient Evil is a map that got swept under the rug because of the reception of Black Ops 4. It didn't have a good launch by any means, and by the time Ancient Evil rolled around, a lot of the player base was just gone. The player base came back for Alpha Omega, which proved the point that Chaos just wasn't pulling people in. Chaos pulled me in with Ancient Evil. 9 was great. Voyage was pretty mad. Dead of the Night was okay, but none of them pulled me in like Ancient Evil did. The setting was unlike anything we've ever seen in zombies. The characters were at their absolute peak in this map, The story was really picking up, especially with that cliffhanger and of an ending. I truly believe that if given another map, Chaos would have pulled more people in. Looking back on this map at all these years later has just made me realize just how mistreated Chaos was and how utterly magnificent Ancient Evil is. It is not often in people's top 5 maps of all time, which is criminal and further proves my point that Ancient Evil is truly Treyarch's hidden gem.